My buddy came over the other day and suggested we watch a movie called Dangerous Animals. I was vaguely familiar with it. I knew it starred Jai Courtney of Spartacus and Suicide Squad fame. And I knew he was a serial killer who fed people to sharks. And I was like, all right, it's an hour and 40 minutes. That's not super long. Sub 2 hours is always good. Let's check it out. So instantly it starts fantastic right out the gate. His introduction to the two people, like before the credit drop, phenomenal. Like, he is just having a lot of fun. He's very charismatic. He's very intimidating. He's kind of a calming presence at one point. They do this thing where they're about to get in the cage and they're very nervous about the sharks. And he sings Baby Shark with them. And it's very funny, very charming. Takes him out of the cage. They're having a great time. And then he just kills the dude. It's so good. And it's like right out the gate, you're in for quite a ride. Plot structure wise, we kind of follow this woman named Zephyr. She's in Australia trying to escape a troubled past, and blah blah blah. She runs into this dude. They're all surf culture, blah blah blah. She ends up getting kidnapped by Jai Courtney. He thinks it's weird that she's missing and starts looking for her, eventually leading him to Jai Courtney. Nothing new under the sun. It's a very simple plot structure. Overall, I really did enjoy this movie, and I recommend it, especially if you have Shudder. You really got nothing to lose. Jai Courtney's having a great time. Like, there's this one scene heavily inspired. I mean, to the point where it just rips off like Silence of the Lambs. You'd almost expect to hear Goodbye Horses in the background, the way he's acting and like dancing. So they kind of knew what they were doing. They were having fun with it. It is not a serious, super serious movie. That being said, and I'm going to go into some spoilers here because there's a few things I kind of wish they had taken a little more seriously. Not that the movie particularly, needs it. There's a few things I would change. So, spoilers ahead. I think the movie should have ended 20 minutes earlier than it did. Zephyr escapes the boat, swims to shore. He catches up with her because he has a skiff, knocks her out, puts her in the back of the boat, brings her back to his ship. And they're playing this song. It's like, now that I finally found you, or now that I finally caught you, or something along those lines. I would have ended the movie there with just them playing that haunting song, like, now that you're finally mine, and have it just drive off to the boat. Screen goes to black. I think it now allows you the opportunity to kind of sequel it out. It's left I was talking with my buddy, and he didn't like that idea because he's like, well, you didn't really finish any of the storylines. Like, you can imply that she and Moses are now going to die, right? We've already seen the shark scene, because how many times can you dangle someone into the water with sharks and still have it be tense? The first time you do it, they're going to kill the girl. It's awesome because you're expecting it. This is how you set up what we'll be seeing later on. When they do it with Moses, there's still so much time left in the movie that you're like, well, they're not going to kill him here. Don't be ridiculous. And then, of course, when we get to the ending, this is now like our third attempt at the shark one, but we know it is near the end of the movie, and you're not going to kill the survivor girl. So I just think any tension, it's never really there. There's never really any tension because you're so sure that this is like a paint by numbers script that you're going to go along for the ride because they're going to do the traditional beats, which they do. There's another minor kind of complaint I have, and it does involve the ending again, these 20 minutes that I think are completely unnecessary. So one of the things Moses and Zephyr kind of talk about early on is CCR in this song called Ooby Dooby. And it's about, like, she says it's terrible because it doesn't represent like any kind of like social change or anything, like, or feeling like you're an outsider. It doesn't have a deeper meaning. It's just a stupid, silly song. And he's like, no, it's about love. It's about that feeling in your heart when you found the one. That's the ooby dooby of it all. Near the end of the movie, Jai Courtney is talking to Zephyr, and he keeps telling her he's like, the thing about hunting a marlin is how much it fights. It's not about the fish itself. It's about the fight. Fishermen love the fight. So the thing is, once you hook a marlin, it doesn't know that it's already in the boat. You will win eventually. So she escapes the shark rig, jumps back onto the boat somehow, even though she's missing her thumb. That's a whole thing too. She chews off her own thumb, very animalistic, which is nice. I don't mind that. She climbs up on the side of the boat somehow, even though this thing sits way high off the water, but whatever, it's a movie. Let it ride. She grabs a spear gun. She sees Jai Courtney and says, "Ooby dooby, motherfucker," and shoots him. And I'm like, Ooby Dooby is her code word for Moses. It has nothing to do. He doesn't even know what that means. You've had zero conversations with the killer about it. She should have said something like, Marlon's already in the boat, because he keeps calling her Marlon during that sequence of events. So she should have said something like, Marlon's already in the boat, and shot him. That at least relates to his character. Ooby Dooby has no context for him. She's then desperately trying to wake up Moses. And she's like, remember how I said I had nothing? I have you, Moses. I have you. That would have been a perfect time for him to be like, Ooby Dooby. And her to be like, Ooby Dooby indeed, right? That's their shorthand. Ooby Dooby, motherfucker, I'm the killer? I hated it. I thought it was so lame. And I thought, like, you just had all this, like, dialogue about him calling her Marlon, Marlon, Marlon. Doesn't know it's already in the boat. She's already in the boat. He didn't know. Shoot him. Shoot him. She gets the Marlon line with him. They get the Ooby Dooby reconciliation. But that's only if you have to have that last 20 minutes. I am telling you, if you cut to credits when he's when he's riding his skiff back to his ship, and it's like, now that you're finally mine, or whatever the song is, much more like, that's a darker ending, and it gives you the potential for sequels, right? So I don't know. Overall, I thought it was a pretty good movie. If anybody saw it, let me know. I just wanted to vocalize my complaints there about that final 20 minutes, which again, I feel is wholly unnecessary and handled poorly. Well, if you made it this far, thanks for listening. Till next time.